did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Hey, what's with the side?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you...
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly never mind. Paimon's... There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the... Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth?
Yep. We're not gonna find out any... Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided...
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're all talk.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do.
Really? Paimon doesn't...
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform... Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important...
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But, before that,
What does that mean?
how do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the village...
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever present. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, the reason being, to some...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You...
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's...
Right. You were asking about the...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go...
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though...
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words,
Then why would she...
by getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with...
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of...
Huh? What do you mean?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answer. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk. Before, I wouldn't even have the... Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to...
My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't...
Speaking of which, The radicals mentioned that they despise traitors.
Yeah. Some people could... Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. And then it happened. The village keepers...
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It used to be louder and more frequent. But
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe...
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the...
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned.
Yeah, let's go! Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape. Monsters, watch out!
Solidify! Mind the danger. Order guide you.
There is no escape!
Gather!
Shine down!
Be still. A depth check.
Illusion shattered!
Quake! Careless. Solidify!
Shine down!
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had a, super strong bandit? He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look.
Hey, I'll hate them.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh?
So,
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this. Hey, and anyway, it's not Paimon's fault. getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
There is no escape!
Cascade!
I'll ensure your safety.
Stabilize! Gather!
Illusion shattered!
Cascade!
without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. Also, what?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the
He's a scholar too? Is he the...
No. And that... Razak was never involved in any of those things. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means... Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we've...
Huh?
Allow me to jog your memory. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it,
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce the First, the academia spread a false rumor of These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals, as well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends. This scheme has one further Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years. Many would give everything they have, even if complications arise. People will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret. And look, the notion of an academia plot...
oh, that makes a lot of... But there's still one...
Throughout this process, first, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were... An exile is still patently... If you can't find someone...
Resource?
One possibility is that the information...
Extracted?
With the technology of the Sumeru... Perhaps the process...
So, the human brain...
I'm the academia scribe, after all. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. However, I can't help but wonder. The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to know of...
You mean you're not even slightly...
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects?
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that this matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little... There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, the divine knowledge capsule is something
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the...
Though I must say, uniqueness is also an...
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that. He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next...
We're back!
You must be tired. You should...
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Never...
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the...
Yep, pretty much!
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Since the... Yet... They fled once we were headed to the village. Almost as if they knew we were on their trail.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts.
Huh? Are our friends...
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the... Sino.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words,
It is simply a logical...
So what you're saying is... Interesting. And he...
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like...
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need...
The academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have every so often comes a Nyagarbaha day. On this day, I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its content...
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important and...
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that his tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy...
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the academia is trying to... Yep, that...
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After 'em!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too?
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember, Paimon feels like we're So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, it looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device. Something akin. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other.
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do.
I knew it. That's our deal.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on there?
Well, look at...
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all...
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King...
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by...
It's not too late yet. The village keep...
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon, with these scholars in our custody, will stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're all...
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Filthy traitors.
It's impossible, perhaps.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But I could be persuaded to take their place as your next... These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places?
Precisely. Any wise person would
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars. Perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you.
You are the scribe. What do you have?
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret.
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You...
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it! Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in...
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here.
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want...
Okay,
Dia, wait.
what's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday.
Fine.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by...
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa!
Why is there only...
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already...
You stay right there!
Boy, what do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here? You coward! Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of lesser... The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And
They must have fallen down here with us. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except for him.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
he's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a...
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of King... Two major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be...
Paimon thought you weren't interested in God.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a high... New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.